Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Maximizing Your Potential Talk Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day, wherever you may be around the globe. It certainly is a beautiful day here, and it's a beautiful day to just wake up and, do those things that you have intended to do. Those things that you said that you were going to do the day before. It's such a perfect day to just get up, y'all, and just do it. Sometimes we feel tired. Sometimes we may be experience a drain in our lives. And yesterday I was talking about, it's a time of self-evaluation. And I'm a piggyback off of that today, talking about peace. But for the most part, we are at a place of decisions. Okay? No matter what you may be thinking right now, you may be in an uncomfortable place. And you're saying, well, something's got to change. I'm not feeling fulfilled. I'm not happy. There's things going on in my life. Well, I want to tell you that, you need to just make that decision where you move forward and eliminate some things that may be, you know, outdated or no longer serving you. Because a lot of times what happens is we become overloaded with things that that have outrun themselves, okay? That is causing stress. That's causing an overload. That's causing, it's coming to rob you of your peace. And this shouldn't be. This shouldn't be. Because we're supposed to always be moving in a forward direction, a profitable, productive way of being able to see those opportunities that's around us each and every day. But when you become overloaded with things, when you allow things to rob you of your peace, you won't see those things. But this is the perfect time, y'all. And I know I'm in this season myself because there's a lot of exciting things that's going to happen. But there's also some things that I need to let go of. And this is real talk here. This is real talk. And I'm telling you, I have no problems getting rid of things, eliminating things, or whatever that may be like for you that's no longer serving me. I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know how that, you know, plays out in your life. Maybe you're the person that, it's hard for you to change. It's hard for you to make those decisions. But you have to make that decision and decide that enough's enough. You know, enough is enough. I have to go walk toward achieving my ultimate goals. I have to move forward in life, whatever you may be going through. And, I'm not the only one because, I talk to people and it seems like they're going through this phase in their life also. And, it's a good thing because it means that, you know, you're moving. That means that there's growth there. That means that you're alive. That means that, you have hope to achieve your goals, that you're not standing still, that you're not like some people that may be sitting on the sidelines, afraid to, get in, afraid to, move toward their ultimate goals. But like I said, we're going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about elimination of some things to relieve the stress. Because I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, you need your peace. Peace is very essential because if you don't have peace, a lot of things will fall apart. A lot of things you won't be able to achieve. You know, you won't be able to achieve. It's nothing like peace, y'all. And that's something that money can't buy. But it's something that you could do something about if you're not experiencing that peace. You know, where everything is chaos. Everywhere you go, there's chaos, you know? And it's not always necessary, you know, on the outside. A lot of times it's inside of you, inside of your mind, because that's where the battlefield is. The battlefield is inside of your mind. Those thoughts, those distractions, all of those things that's vying for your attention, that's causing you to act a certain way. There's nothing like peace. There's nothing like that peace of mind, where you could clearly see, where you could, you know, begin moving toward being productive and profitable. And that's what all maximizing your potential is about. Coming into an alignment with who you are, your purpose, and getting your mind intact. And, you know, stop being so compulsive, okay? Having no direction. And, you know, that's a whole different thing that we could talk about for hours. About just doing things without having a plan. And where that will land you. No matter what, y'all, you have to have order to your life. There has to be a plan. You just can't do things off the cuff and expect it to just work out for you. Because at the end of the day, you haven't seen all the other components that need to be there, that's necessary to move forward to achieve your ultimate goal. So we're going to talk about it today, you know, how you need this peace. And if you're not experiencing peace, what can you do about that? What can you do about that? And it starts off with a self-evaluation and being truthful with yourself to say, hey, you know, enough is enough. Enough is enough. A lot of times people think that, oh, if I, you know, go and I clean up my home and remove all these things that I don't need, that will bring me peace. And that's fine and good, because clutter can bring, you know, you being restless and not having peace. But again, at the end of the day, what about what's going on the inside of you? Because truly, what you're surrounded with, if you just look at it, it's a clue to what's going on the inside of you. It's all on the inside, ladies. It's all on the inside. And you can do something about it. And it's not too late. You just have to come to the point where you say enough is enough. So today I'm talking about keys to guarding your peace and why it's necessary. But before I get into that, I want to tell you about the upcoming course that's in the final stages that I'm working on. It's for women to build their self-esteem and self-confidence. And that's very, very important, because without a good, healthy self confidence and self-esteem, a lot of things are out of whack. They're out of position. And it's causing a lot of the struggles that you may be encountering in your life. A lot of the things that you may not see in your life, missing opportunities, and a lot of different things. And it all goes back to self esteem and self confidence. You know, seeing your value, seeing your worth, knowing who you are. It all goes back to that because of things that you have allowed to come into your life and not recognizing that, thinking it's, something trivial, and not recognizing that it plays a big part in your life. So this is going to be something that this course is going to launch next month and late next month. And you could get in contact with us by going to that link that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. It's Linktree/keys to wealth building. Again, that's Linktree/keys to wealth building. And I'm going to tell you, it is a game changer. It's a game changer. Not going to be talking about the surface stuff, but getting right down there to the root cause. And it's something that, this course is designed to, when you take it, it's 12 units. There's 12 units, take you step by step. And it's also at your own pace. So you're not, sitting there where you have to have a certain schedule to be able to, go through this course. It's at your own pace, at your own leisure. So I thought that would be convenient for you to set it up that way. Because when I did my research, I found out that 79% of women suffer from a general form of self-confidence and self-esteem. And that's a high number when we think about, us as women, how much we are involved in many, many things on a day-to-day basis. And still, people feel this way. They feel like, they can't accomplish, or they feel like they're not worthy, or they feel like, who am I? That's for special people, but certainly that's not for me. So there's different things that's going to be eye openers for you and allow you to see your value and allow you to see a lot of things that you may be missing in life that has caused you to struggle, that has caused you, and you'll hear me saying it from time to time, scratch and survive, scratching and surviving. And what is that all about? When you think about it, every time you try to climb up, circumstances, situations slam you back to the ground. You try again. Here it comes again, because you think that, you could do it on your own. But you have to come to a point where you say, look, hey, I can't do this anymore by myself because I'm not seeing the whole picture. I'm just seeing, the surface, the effects of it. But I have not come to the realization of what the root cause of this situation is. And that's why, you get to a certain point and things slam you back, back down to the ground again, back down to, where you were before. But, you're still fighting. But I want to let you know that it could be better. Instead of existing, you can live your life on purpose. And, it's time for a change, y'all. It's time to pivot. It's time to pivot. It's time to change your direction. Okay? Get off of that road of guessing and trying to figure out and know for sure, your design pathway. Know for sure who you are. Know these things for sure. And it's not saying that, things won't come to, distract you, because I'm going to tell you, distraction has a loud voice and it cries out loud and clear. But there's a way that you could overcome these things. So that's what we're going to talk about. But for today, keys to guarding your peace. And I'm going to tell you, you have to guard your peace, y'all. Because without peace, there's a lot that can happen in your life or not happen. Okay? There's a lot of unfavorable things that could happen in your life. And there's a lot of things that could hinder you. A lot of unfavorable things. You need your peace. And why is it necessary? And the first talking point I want to get to is, why peace? Why peace? So you could focus. Because without having a peace of mind, you can't focus. How many of you have lost your peace? You might be in that place right now where there's a lot, going on inside of your mind. And you have lost that peace. You have to have peace in order to focus. Because without focus, you're unable to, like I say, see opportunities and maximize your potential. Because it will have you all over the place. It will have your mind scattered. It will have, your body not wanting to get up in the morning if you don't have peace. It also, why peace, again, provides unity. Unity within yourself. Okay? That's another way of saying it. Being intact. Because when you're scattered all over the place, you can't accomplish anything. You may start something and never finish. And then you go to something else. And you start that. Then you jump to something else. Am I being truthful today? Has this ever happened to you? I think yesterday I brought out about dreaming. There's people that are dreamers. Then there's people that are doers. But how many finish what they start? Dreamers, let's say, dreamers, starters, doers, and finishers. Put it that way. People that are dreamers, and that's all they do. They just dream about it. And they never go to the next level. Then there are starters. Those who start. But that's all they do. They just start. Then they'll jump to something else. They'll start that. Then their attention will get on to something else. And they'll start that. The doers. Okay? Dream. They started. They're doing it. But then they never finish it. They just leave it right there. And it's been sitting there for weeks, for months, for years. And it still hasn't gotten done. That's why you need your peace. That's why you need to be in a place where you could flow. Being in alignment. and that brings you your peace. And these are some things that I'm going to dive, deeply into in that course. It's going to cut to the root cause and tell you how that could be eliminated. Not just, lie dormant and rise back up, but eliminate it so you can move on. The next thing, why you need peace, because what? Order. Because order brings clarity. It means that, you're level-headed. There's no more guessing. You make sound judgments. You're no longer, just out there making crazy decisions off the cuff. Whatever thing comes into your mind, that's what you do. We have to get to a point, ladies, where you don't act on everything that comes to your mind. I want you to think about that. There's good thoughts, there's bad thoughts. Think about that for a second. Why you need your peace? Because, like I said, it brings order. It also brings that foresightness, okay? Where you could see down your design pathway, and you could see it at a distance. You'll see the end from the beginning. And why do you need that? I want you to think about that. When you're not on your design pathway, there's something missing. So you won't have that peace. You might have a false peace because you're gravitating towards something else, and that's bringing you a false peace. But at the end of the day, there's still that void inside of you that you're trying to fulfill. Here's the next talking point. Keys to guarding your peace. And I think I touched on this. Avoiding distractions. Because distractions will rob you of your peace if you allow it to. You don't have to answer to everything. You don't have to address everything at all. Okay? Some things you just let be. Just let it go bye-bye. Okay? Just allow it to pass. It doesn't need to be addressed. And there's other things that you need to address. But you don't need to leave them, just hanging around. Address them, get rid of them, move on. But avoid distraction, because distractions bring frustration. Number one. Now you're frustrated. And you see how that's going against your peace, because now you're frustrated. So you have no peace. You may be angry, bewildered, whatever. It's a distraction. And, I do this simple exercise every quarter. At least every quarter. I take this huge paper, okay? And in the center of it, I draw this circle. And inside of that circle, I put my goals with, here I go with the plans, strategies, everything's inside of that circle. On the perimeter of the circle is everything I'm involved in. I write it down around the perimeter. Then I look at it. each and everything that I'm involved in, everything that I'm doing, and I see whether or not it's supporting that what's on the inside of it, in the middle, those goals, that ultimate goal, and with all the plans and strategies and everything inside, okay, that pertains to that. And if it's not supporting it, I get rid of it. I either eliminate it or delegate. Okay? Eliminate, delegate. And that's something that has allowed me to have that peace in my life. That's one of the things. Okay? And that's a simple exercise that anybody could do. That's not going to take that much time. But you have to be honest with yourself and look at it, whether it's helping you or hindering you. Okay? You don't have to answer to anybody and explain why, you may be eliminating something. Because it's all about you, your peace at the end of the day. Your peace. Everybody else has their own core of peace, but you have to be concerned about yourself. Because how are you going to maximize your potential if you stretch this thing's vying for your attention, that one's vying for your attention? And like I said, some things need to be addressed right then and get rid of it. And yet other things don't even need to be addressed because they're frivolous, they're silly, they just appear. They make no sense at all. Learn to choose your fights. Some things you don't need to even stress about. Some things you don't even need to look in this direction. Just keep moving forward because it's a distraction. Distractions, worry. Distractions, stress. Distractions, frustration. Distractions causing you to lose focus of what you were focusing on. And you know how many times that happened? You're working toward achieving your goal. I mean, you on a good road. You on a good road. And here comes somebody with something totally, the opposite. Things trying to drag you in to a situation or a circumstance, whatever it may be, to rock your peace. You have to avoid distraction. Keys to guarding your peace. Guard your peace. Having a peace of mind is, priceless. Money cannot buy peace. But you could do something to guard your peace. It's not worth it. It's not worth getting stressed out. And especially about things that's out of your control. Don't take on other people's battles or other people's thoughts or other people's whatever. Okay? Remember I told you, you're on your own race. You're running your own race. You're running your own race and you're on your own time clock. That's what you should be concerned about. Being the best version of you each and every day. Tomorrow be a better version of yourself than you were today. Concentrate on building you. Don't worry about those, whatever's happening in their lives. Just don't let it come encroach upon your day. Having that peace. And that's why framing your day is so, a positive exercise. Get up and frame your day. These simple things are the things that make a grand difference in your life. Get up in the morning and frame your day. At least, give yourself an opportunity to have that peace that passes all understanding, where everything else may be crumbling around you, you still could have that joy unspeakable. You still could have that peace in your heart. You still could continue to walk forward, keeping your eyes on your goal. Peace. Peace is priceless, y'all. Keys to guarding your peace. Here's the next talking point. Protecting your momentum. That's that energy. That's that anticipation. Because when you don't have peace, it'll rob you of your energy. It will rob you, and that energy is your enthusiasm, okay? Your expectation, your anticipation. That's why some people, they don't expect things to happen because they have allowed, their peace to be disrupted. And so now they're not able to see because they're so bogged down with stuff that do not concern them, stuff that they need to let go, stuff that is outdated, stuff that, other people have placed on them, stuff that they're feeling guilty about. Let it go. Let it go so you could position yourself to be able to maximize your potential. You see, all of those things are weights. All of those things come to, anchor you down to something that's not going to serve you. Maybe some of these things did serve you, in the past, but you're not in the past. And that's a great point right there. Some of you are living in the past. You have to come out of the past. Live in the present moment and enjoy each and every minute of your life. Enjoy it. It's not a saying, it's a doing. If you decide to do that, but you have to do it. Then there's stress about the future. Even though you can see the future, enjoy the present. Enjoy every step that you're walking down your design pathway. And you'll see, it'll make a big difference in your life. It'll give you that peace. Peace of mind is priceless, y'all. Because your mind is a very powerful tool. And you have to know how to use your mind correctly. It's a tool. It's a tool. And if you just allow it to do what it want to do without training your mind, it'll be all over the place. Y'all know that you have to train your mind, right? You have to train your mind. You can't allow your mind to just drift in here and drift in there. I have this friend that always say, well, let me pick your mind. Let me, he plays these mind games. I don't participate in that. I really don't. And you have to watch some things that you do. I talk about, expanding your mind by, educating yourself, by allowing your mind to expand beyond, your perspective. But you have to watch by playing games with your mind. You have to really watch that by playing games with your mind, because that's not a good thing. You can't allow your mind just to wander. The next thing is, when we're talking about protecting your momentum, is strength, endurance to run your race another day. Have that strength to run your race another day. You have to have that endurance. So you have to protect your momentum, unless you'll be dead in the water. You will be dead in the water. You'll give up. You'll give up. And that's all connected to peace. Because when your peace is gone, you don't feel like doing anything. How many of you, just want to sometimes just bury your head in the sand because something has come to rock your peace? So protect your momentum. There's times that this thought is just coming to me where you need to, there's oppositions coming, okay? And you could see them. And you need, I'm going to use this word, a thrust to push those things out of the way. Okay? And this is all related to momentum. It's coming. It's here. I can see it. But I'm not going to allow it to stop me. So I got to rev up, because I'm going to push. And I'm going to thrust this thing out of my way. How many can say or can see why peace, having a peace of mind, is very important? Peace of mind is very important. Now, let's go to the next talking point. Keep keys to guarding your peace. Change is good. Okay? Change is good, y'all. And I told you how you could change things by doing that simple exercise with that piece of paper and just start eliminating things. Take a good look at it. Be honest with yourself. Put your goals there. Put everything that you're doing around the perimeter of that circle. And if it's not supporting you, get rid of it. And if, you come into when somebody said, well, why are you doing this? Why are you not, continuing to do this? You don't need to explain, okay? If it's not serving you, get rid of it. And here I'm teaching you how to be unapologetically you. Unapologetically you. Because how can you pour out if you so boggle down? How can you pour out? And this is something else that I'll be addressing, in this course, by building your self-confidence and self-esteem. So if you'd like to know more about that, go to the link that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Linktree, Keys to Wealth Building. Okay? And that will open up a Zoom conversation with me. And I'll see if this is something that, you could benefit from. Because you have to be ready. You have to be ready. Because I'm going to tell you, playtime is over. Playtime is over. So you have to be serious that you want to change, that you want to maximize your potential. And that's a great way to think about it. Change is good. So delegate some things to others. Delegate. Okay. This is no longer something that I could do. I'm going to delegate that to somebody else. Maybe you have even lost interest in it. Okay. But it's something that's, viable. And somebody else may have an interest to do that. So why are you continuing to hold on to it? You have to continue to move forward. Everything is constantly evolving. So why are you still holding on to things? Either you're doing something that you should be letting go or delegating that to somebody else, or you're not interested in it anymore. So change is good. Because at a time when these things were in your life, okay, you were a part of it, you were doing it, it was in season for you. But now your season has passed. So now instead of it being something to enhance you, now it's something that's burdening you down. Now you're burdened by it. So delegate that responsibility to someone else, because you have grown past that. And that's a good way to look at it. You have grown past that. So it's time for you to move on. Stop trying to hold on to things. Learn to let go and move on. Sometimes you need to even rearrange things, priorities, because they're not in a proper alignment. Maybe at one time they were. Maybe they never were. Okay? Learn how to prioritize, because this also is something that could bring peace to you. And when you prioritize things, also put a timeline on them. How long is this going to take me to accomplish this? How long do I need to, be involved doing such and such a thing? What is the time limit that I'm going to put on this? Time limit for doing, time limit also for its accomplishment. Learn how to prioritize, because if not, you're going to get bogged down. You're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to get stressed out. You're going to get burned out. So many people are burned out trying to do the things that's necessary to do, because they fail to do just simple things in order to have that peace of mind. And these things are not grandiose things or things way out there. They're just simple things that you could do on a daily basis. On a daily basis. That's all. So after we talked about delegate, after we talked about prioritizing, now, or rearranging, now we're going to talk about cutting off some things. Some things need to be cut off because they totally will rob you of your peace. Totally. When it rises up, when its head rises up, cut it off. Don't even allow it to invade your mind, your thinking, to affect your actions, to affect your speaking. Okay? Don't even allow it to get that far. Just cut it off. And the same thing that's on that page. If you have been doing something and it's over, its time limit, cut it off. That goes for people, places, and things. And I know I might be hard, okay? But I'm not really hard, y'all. I'm telling you the truth. And y'all could agree with that if you want to be truthful. There's some things and some people you need to just cut out of your life because they're blocking you. They're robbing you of your peace. And it's not going to get any better until they decide to change. Change has to come from them. There's nothing you could do. So just cut it off. And that's something that you decide. That's something that you have to decide. Don't say, well, Gertrude told me to cut you off. No, no, no. That's something that you decide. Decide. You know where you are. But you have to be truthful with yourself. Be truthful. Because the truth is going to make the change good for you. But as long as you hiding and you're pretending and you make an excuse and you're covering up, nothing's going to change in your life. And those things are going to also rob you of your peace if you're not being truthful with what needs to be done. A lot of you know where you are. And for whatever reason, you may be hesitating. I don't know what you're thinking, but you're hesitating. But I want to tell you, always be truthful with yourself. And you cannot change people. You cannot control people. They have to make that decision for themselves. So sometimes you just have to back away. Sometimes you just have to not address some things. Let it go bye-bye. Let them go bye-bye. And if they decide that, they're going to change and they come back, as long as it doesn't rob you of your peace, it could all, be good. Because remember this, all things work together for your good. Learn from these things, move on. Okay? Because it's teaching you something. It's a lesson there. Keys to guarding your peace. And why is it necessary? Because you are important. You have to see yourself that way. See yourself as being important, okay? Because you are. Always have a word about yourself. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Don't be scattered. Don't be ashamed. Don't allow anybody to make you feel guilty. Be unapologetically you. You don't owe anybody any explanation. But you have to protect your peace. You can't allow your peace to be rocked or at a point where you're so frazzled. Now you can't think clearly. You can't move forward. You're so discouraged. Now it could lead you into a depression, or sickness. Your peace is important, just like you are important. You need peace. You need a peace of mind. How many of you could say, it's been a long time before, it's been a long time that I haven't had a peace of mind? But you could do something about it today. You could decide to take another look. Do a self-examination and find out what's robbing you of your peace and make those adjustments. Make those adjustments. Delegate, rearrange, or cut off. It's only three things. Delegate, rearrange, or cut off. People, places, and things. Be honest with yourself. Another thing is say no. Learn how to say no. How many times people make all kind of excuses when they really mean no, but they can't verbalize no because they don't want to offend somebody. Say no. No is a complete sentence. No. They wouldn't mind telling you no. Why can't you tell them no? Because you are important. So learn how to say no. No is a powerful word. Remember, I've been talking about teaching people how to treat you. You have to teach people how to treat you. And they learn from your actions. So if you're not protecting your peace, how do you think they're going to treat you? They're going to want to, push you over the limits each and every time because you're not seeing yourself important enough to say no. So you're teaching them to disrespect you. You're teaching them to drain you. You're teaching them to unload all of their heavy load on you. Or like I say, you're not a garbage disposal to allow people to unload their trash, and you're the receptacle. Okay? Now you don't have any peace. But they're going on about their business because they choose to live that way. They choose to think that way. They choose to be that way. But now you're feeling some type of way. You're teaching them how to treat you. So if you want to be treated differently, you have to learn how to say no. You cannot push me over my boundaries. I have boundaries. And I'm not going to accept that. Because you have to see yourself as important. You have to see yourself as worth it. You have to see yourself as not being a doormat. So learn how to say no. No, that's not serving me. No, that's not my vision. No, that's not my identity. That's not who I am. Say no. If you didn't learn anything else today, learn how to say no. Guard your peace. Keys to guarding your peace. Why peace? Okay? So you can focus. Guard your peace to avoid distractions, to not be stressed out, to not worry, to not be frustrated. You have to turn those things around. Okay? Turn those things around. To protect your momentum so you could be able to expect good things to come into your life. So you can be able to expect yourself reaching those milestones that's going to take you further to reaching your ultimate goal. You need to protect your peace, guard your peace, and change is good. Okay? Change is good. They have three options. Okay? Or you have three options. Delegate, rearrange, or cut off. Those things will protect your peace. Simple exercise. And then finally, know that you are important. And you are full of brilliance. You are full of value. And you have inside of you enough treasures and gems and, like I say, value that will not only change people's lives around you, but lives for generations to come. So that's why you have to guard your peace, so you could see your value, your worth. And if you can't see that, get in touch with me, because that course is coming up on later next month. keys to build, not keys to building your wealth, but building your self-confidence and self-esteem. And you could get in touch with me by going to the link that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Linktree/keys to wealth building. Because you have to learn how to maximize your potential and, live your life on purpose and stop existing. Because you are a great commodity or a hot commodity, like I said. So learn how to invest in yourself at the level that you expect results. So that's all I have for you today. But I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with me on this segment of Maximizing Your Potential. And I'm your host, Gertrude Chapman. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. But remember this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.